Hey guys, how are you? Julie and Alicia, hello. Oh, goodness sakes. It's a Monday. Harder and harder to kind of just like get myself together here, right? Oh, sorry, I didn't even brush my hair. So, hello, Kiri, hello to you, all my faithful ones. So, how is everything going for you this fine Monday? We have in the mid 50s, I guess, something like that, with a real stiff north wind. It's about 25 miles an hour, steady, gusting here and there. But um, Saturday, we were 91 degrees. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Thanks. Sunflower Mom, hello. How are you? Oh, I gotta arrange this. So, yeah, a little bit of fleece on here today. So, just to keep a little bit warm. So, yeah, what did everybody do over the weekend? 15 Celsius? Oh, that is a nice temp. That would be, I'm trying to remember. 15, is that like in the 60s Fahrenheit, something like that? I'm not good at those conversions. I'm really not. So, ooh, Kiri, 92. I was 91 on Saturdays. And so, oh, you got a lot of rain? That's good. 59. Thanks, Alicia. Yeah. So, yeah, I was, on Saturday I was up in northern Minnesota, and it was just as hot up there as down here. So it was a good blast of summer for one day, which is fine. It can wait. It can wait a couple months for any more of those temps. Oh, you use the online converter. Oh, that's good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has to use that all the time. I should actually have an app on my phone for conversion temps or something, so it would be easy to get to. Yeah, that is too hot. And I know, Kiri, you're kind of used to those temps. You don't like it when it's cold, but you know that is getting plenty hot there. Absolutely. So, I know some people in the southern and more mild states are definitely gardening like crazy right now. Grandma Karen, hello. Matt and Sarah, hey. Good to see you guys. You know, I'm still going to have a couple nights this week that are going to be rated freezing. So, you know, there's no sense in getting anything out there yet. Not yet, that's for sure. So I was kind of tuckered out this weekend. Did a lot of things, and had a funeral this morning for a friend at our church. And she was kind of young, and so we've had a lot of tough stuff going on in our parish right now. So it's been a little bit somber, I guess you could say. But we've got some beautiful, beautiful weather. So, oh, thanks, Dave. Oh no, what happened for you guys? Oh, Kiri, the 50s, that's nice for sleeping. Absolutely. I know, I had to, as you guys remember, I had to pull my upstairs window air conditioner out and get rid of that because it caught on fire this summer. And so I did get another one, and I will probably install it in a couple weeks. We'll see what the temperatures do. When they start hitting 80 and stuff like that, then, you know, kind of on a more regular basis, then I'll put it in and start her up. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dave. I'm so sorry. Can we have his first name so we can keep him in our prayers? if you're okay with that. Um, those things are so scary. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that he's going to, that he's out anyway, and it's not a lengthy stay. Um, Jake. All right. Jake from Oak Knob Farm. So we will definitely pray for him. Absolutely. Okay, made a note. So, oh, I bet. Um, hey, Glenn. Hello to you. Hello. You had an 87-year-old funeral yesterday. Big horse racing and ranching family. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh, Kira. Yes. When you're not used to those ages, that gets really, really. Um, Now, Matt and Sarah, I know you could handle that just fine. But those of us who aren't used to that kind of energy all the time, that is hard. So, yes, Dave, we will definitely keep him in our prayers. Absolutely. Is he staying with you during his recovery, or can he take care of himself where he's at, or if he's living on his own? I don't know how close he was to you or not, physically. But I'm so sorry. So yeah, we had, oh man, a mixed bag of things. Yeah, a week ago we were getting a little bit of snow, and then it warmed up, and then 91 on Saturday, and then we're back to cool and getting back down to freezing. So it's okay. All right. Oh, goodness sakes. Um, hey, Julie, I like the flower that you throw in there. That's cute. Oh, my goodness sakes. So let me see, get my notes here. My planting, it's getting there. I haven't really done anything yet. It's been a tough spring, tough year. You guys know that. And just trying to get all my stuff together. I'm working on 2 book projects right now, and it's a lot of screen time, a lot of detailed stuff that it's probably a good 120 to 150 hours that I have to put in this month, along with spending 3 weekends at my dad's and maybe 4, helping take care of him. So there's just so much going on right now that's not allowing me to get some of the other stuff that I really love to do. Like getting in the dirt, planting the seeds, watching them grow. So, and I know it doesn't really take a lot of time, but with being gone so much and making sure that they're watered and the lights are on and different things, it's a little hard to tend to things. So might have to. Oops, I'm covering up the chat here. That's not good. So I'm just trying to figure some things out yet. So you had first Sunday potluck yesterday after church. A family invited to your baby right sleep, so eat your lunch. Oh, nice. That is an easy job. You transplanted your cauliflower and broccoli. These radishes. Oh, nice. Oh, so fun. Fun to watch that. Hey, Patty. Aw, sweet Patty. Hello. Grammy Karen, I can't wait to see what Jen and Zach, how they carry on their story tonight. For anybody who doesn't know or didn't see it, Jen hurt her ankle. Really, I think it was her ankle, right? They were out hiking, and so she can't walk right now. But so there's going to be a good story there with the Stivers homestead. So, yep. So my prep tip for tonight, I'm going to start out with that. I'm going to lead off with that. Uh, it was crazy. They called you the night of happening to see the kiddos. Oh dear. 5 baby goslings? Oh, there wasn't any hiking involved? Oh, I thought it was. I thought she was climbing up on a rock, but maybe it was just at home. Maybe you weren't hiking out there. So, hey, Heaven Skate Cherry Farm. Hello. How are you? Patty, your hands are busy working on frozen tomatoes. Ooh. Yes, yes, it is time to be cleaning out the freezers and making way for all of the new produce coming out of the garden. Absolutely. My strawberries are growing, but I do have a green stock that I want to plant the strawberries in. So because I have to rebuild that bed anyway, and it was time to take out all of the old strawberries and go with some of the new ones that have been growing. So it's a good time to just kind of like redo that whole strawberry bed. So I was going to put them in my green stock while I had time to rebuild that bed. And so I need to get out there and do that. It's just been a little too chilly to get those all done. But that's the one thing that is growing. My garlic is not coming up yet, so I don't know if it's going to last. I kind of got it in late. But the strawberries are looking good, starting to green up. Awesome. Yeah, I haven't looked at them closely, but I've looked at them from like 10 or 15 feet away, and they're just like, oh, little patches of green around there, so it's going to be good. Strawberry plants usually are good for 3 to 4 years. By that 4th year, they're starting to really wear out, and they don't produce as well anymore. So that's why, the first 2 years, it's really good to just cut off the runners. But then that 3rd year, let the runners establish where you want them to be and let them grow and set in so that 4th year, you can have those as your new plants, and then the really old ones, the roots just start going. They've grown so much through the year that there's just a lot of dead stuff in there, so it's best to get them up and just kind of redo your bed in that way. Oh, it's like I got a hair caught in my glasses here. It's bothering my nose. You excited about peas? Ooh, 60 feet of peas. Whoa, Dave, you're gonna be doing a lot of shucking. Oh, those are gonna be great. Those will be great. Yeah, it's if you have strawberries near, either keep track of them in like a garden book or something like that you're recording like all of your planting and your plans and your preserving and stuff, just kind of keep track of it there. Or if they are near like a fence or a cattle panel or something like that, you could always like tie a ribbon around for each year or something like that on one spot and go, okay, how many ribbons are there? If we're at 3, it's like, okay, we need to start establishing some plants, that type of thing. So, oh, that's great, Dave. Yes, that really, really helps. Absolutely. To be able to go back and go, you know what? 3 years ago, I had incredible production with peas or beans or something. It's like, what did I do? How did I amend the soil? How close did I plant them or whatever? Or what was the weather like? Because that's a factor in there too. So I always kind of keep track of that. So, hey, Gil. Oh, it sounds like you're working outside. Do you have a sunny, warm day? Hi, Donna. Hello. So close. Oh, yes, that will do it, Donna. Absolutely. Exactly, Dave. Good for rotating things around. It's like, yeah, where did I plant things? Because you know what? You can even forget from just one season to the next. It's like, oh, what did I have in here? Or because it's good to have like a 3-year rotation at least in things, and that helps to prevent your blight, helps to prevent, you know, a lot of other things that are going on there. So, all right. Yeah. What are you doing? Exactly. I mean, that's been 2 years now. It's like, especially if you're expanding your garden, you're changing it up. You know, you're making beds in different directions, and you know, you pull up all your fencing, your cattle panels, and you're redoing stuff. It's like, okay, what spot was that in? I have no idea. So, all right. So, what we're going to do, another little bitty show and tell thing here. This is my bone set tincture that I made, remember, with some vodka, and it's all just, you know, it was just the not ground herb, but just the crumbled leaves and stuff like that from it, from the bone set. And the bone set, you guys remember, is going to be, this is a tincture, alcohol, you know, vodka and bone set leaves. It is going to be a great substitute for hydrochloroquine. There we go. So for any type of really nasty the the other diseases, not the VD diseases, the other one that we don't really want to talk about. But anyway, it's going to be something that I can have here. So it is time. It has been going since March 29th. So it's really been about 5 weeks. You wanted to go 4 to 6 weeks, but it's looking pretty dark now. So again, I have another jar, and I've got my my thingy here. Now, because there's a lot of sediment and there's a lot of things that are just kind of floating in here, it's not like nice big elderberries. There you go, bad bugs, Dave. Yes. Hello, Miss T. How are you? I am not only going to use my fine mesh strainer, but I am going to use a coffee filter too. And I've got these brown organic ones, so there's no chemicals in there or anything to leach into the stuff. Sorry, easy to get up. I don't drink coffee. I don't have a coffee maker, but I do have these filters on hand for stuff like this. Now, it might take a long time for it to drip through, but we shall see. Right? Oh, goodness sakes. There we go. Okay. There are 100 in here. So that's going to be a whole lot of tincture. So what I'm going to do is put the coffee filter right in my my funnel, and then I'm going to put this over this. So this will catch the majority of my stuff, and then it can take time filtering through here, down through here. So let's see if I can do this on camera here without spilling or anything. So let me see. And so I just used regular tape on here to mark it to see, so I would know. Even kind of sealed a little bit. It smells like bone set. I mean, you can tell it's an alcohol base, but I don't really like smell the alcohol. I just smell bone set. So let's see. This is going to be a little trickier here. I may just start a little bit and then finish it down here for you guys to see, because this is just not. Let me see. There we go. Pop it on my chin. Can you see it? Okay. There's still a lot of this in here, but I am going to just let the rest of this filter through so you can see how clear it's coming out. Oops. Can you see that? Or is that too dark? There we go. So it's just going through the coffee filter at this point in time. So I'm just going to let it sit and drip. Make sure I don't substitute that for coffee, right? Oh, you can see it. Okay, good. That's good. Once it's all in here, I will transfer it to little bottles, little dark bottles that I can store and have marked. And it's going through pretty well. It's kind of exciting. It's my first bone set tincture. So anyway, my prep tip for the night is to really, really consider making your own tinctures and your own oils and salves. And you know that I've shown a few things like that, and really trying to encourage you guys to do that. Okay, so this coffee filter is collecting a lot of stuff too, so it's really slowing down. So I might need to change that out. We'll see. I'll just leave it sit here for a little bit. I think I'm going to move it over here so I don't bump it accidentally. There we go. I can talk to you guys. Starting to build your perennial herb garden. Oh, yes, Dave, that's great. And you know what? If there are things that you guys really need, like I've said before, and you can be growing them, but it might take a year or so or 2 years for the plant to really get established well, so that you can really collect your things. Don't feel bad about like ordering a bag of already harvested herbs. Get some organic herbs from. There's a number of different ones. There's the Monterey Bay Company, I think, and then Mountain Rose Herbs. I think even Baker Creek might. Well, they kind of focus on seeds, but they might have some things that are already done. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's a lot of herb companies out there that will have, there's my packet, will have dried herbs, and, that you can get things going. Just like I've got this bone set, because that'll take a couple years to establish. Aw, thanks, man, Sarah. That's so great. Last week you planted some Heals All seeds. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Time will tell if they sprout and grow. Yes, and that's another thing. It's like if you start growing them, hoping that you'll get that harvest this summer, and then something happens, whether it's pests or the weather or life just gets in the way. You have to, you really, really want that. Don't be afraid to just go and buy the herbs from someone. So, oh, Dave, I'm so glad that you're learning. So, yes, just to get them in the ground, even if you don't harvest them, just get them established, get them growing and everything. So, and the same with the oils, and then making salves from them, and just kind of start your own little emergency apothecary type of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you're going to be throwing modern medicine out. It doesn't mean that you're going to ignore all these other things. But what it means is that you have some means of something for emergency uses, and it's like, I'm going to be talking about HYSSOP tonight. And one of the things that's really, really great for HYSSOP is to be able to bring it to, have some oil or tincture or salve or something other, and bring it with you when you're camping or hiking or something. So if you come across something, or you have a cut or something, you've got like that emergency thing ready for you, and that really helps. Nice, you get 10 things in the ground now. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I did a video last year on how to make a salve. So I don't know if Matt, you were able to, hold on, or Julie, if you were able to find that one. It was alive last spring, and it's really, really easy. It seems intimidating, but once you make it, it's like so easy to do. Like Grandma Karen, I would have thought you would have been doing that. So parallel processing. I think I know what you're talking about. But your engineer is, the engineer in you is coming out. So, hi Lori Kittle, how are you? So anyway, so you've seen me make an oil right on the lives over the last few weeks. Now you've seen me making a tincture and just having those available. So this, what are we doing? Almost done here. So this is what I had in here. And the, I get a fresh coffee filter. Because this one was getting kind of really, really soggy. Oops, just dumped it on myself. Okay, I'm gonna smell good. So it was collecting all the other stuff here, and I am making a mess. Okay, this is okay. I will leave this till later. Live, you guys. Oh, so hey, Elf Lord's Journey, how are you? Thanks, Granny Karen. Appreciate that. Your dad was born in Newfoundland. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you guys are saying hi to one another. That's great. So, HYSSOP, I have this little seed pack, so I don't have a picture of it to show you, but it's kind of, it grows 1 to 2 feet tall, and it's got kind of, it almost looks like, what do you call it? The herb. You know which herb I'm talking about. Like thyme. It almost, the leaves kind of look like, you know, thyme and everything, but it has kind of purplish, there are various colors, purple, pink type thing, of flowers that kind of grow up from that stem. So, the man behind the curtain. So, you know, so you've got somewhat of an idea of the picture of what it is. But anyway, it's an evergreen, and it's a bushy perennial herb. So Dave, here's another perennial for your garden. It's a perennial herb. It grows 1 to 2 feet. It's got a square stem. So class, what does a square stem mean? It's got linear leaves and flowers that are in whorls, WHORLS. And there are about 6 to 15 of them, of the blooms of little whorls there. So looks like salvia, catnip, Maynite. I am not familiar with catmint or Maynite, but yes, kind of there. Hey, Anna Marie, hello. Leave it to Patty. Yes, Patty. Yes, thank you. It is the mint family, absolutely. So our master instructor answered the question for you guys. Oh, that's so great. Now it does bloom in zones 5 to 10. Dave, I don't remember what zone you're in, but I'm in zone, I've got in my yard, I've got zone 3 and 4. And so if I wanted to grow it as a perennial, what I'd have to do is maybe keep it in a pot that I could sink into the ground and then take it out or just have a separate container or something, and then put it, once it goes dormant in the fall, maybe store it in the basement or something like that. You could store it in a shed or garage, somewhere where it would be protected, so it would be more of somewhat of a zone 5. Otherwise, if you wanted to keep it as a perennial, otherwise you could certainly grow it as an annual. Just start it early enough inside in the seeds, and then get it in the ground, let it grow and bloom and do its thing, and harvest it, and then start it all over again. But I mean, it is by nature perennial. It's just oh, there you go, Dave. So that would work for you. So it is native to Southern Europe. So that would be Southern Europe is, around the Mediterranean area, that type of thing. So it works really well in gardens in cooler climates around the world. Yes, and it does have a slightly minty taste to it too. It is of the mint family, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have a mint flavor, but this actually does. And you can use it very, very, very sparingly as a spice, or even adding a little bit of, macerating it and making it a little bit of a flavor into liqueurs or something like that. You can do that. So thanks, Julie. Hyssop herb is also typically made into a syrup or steeped and enjoyed as an infusion of hyssop tea. So you can also make it as a tincture or as an oil, and then incorporate it into other topical uses in that way. Some of the benefits to hyssop are they help with digestive and intestinal problems. They also help relieve liver and gallbladder complaints. They help with pain and gas in your intestines. Really, they said it's a fairly effective remedy for colic for the babies. It takes care of a range of respiratory things, coughs, colds, respiratory infections. It's an antispasmodic, so it really soothes a nasty cough. It's an expectorant. It helps to clear your throat of any icky, sticky stuff. So yeah, good belly health, absolutely, Dave. It helps your sore throats, sore or raspy throat. If you add 1 to 2 drops of hyssop tincture to your tea or water, it can really help, especially if you make it as a gargle or something like that. That really goes. Yes, you're right, Alflor's string. It goes back to biblical times. Absolutely. You did. Yes, it is a great pollinator too, and it attracts all of those things, your bees and your butterflies and everything. So that's so great. Yep, very ancient herb, very ancient. You can actually add some, like if you're one who wants to make homemade cough drops and everything, and if you have like a mold or something and you're making the hard candied type of thing, you can actually add some of that to some cough drops, and that would really help for throats and for your cough. It helps to treat symptoms of bronchitis. So here we have gut and we've got respiratory, and your throat. Now you can use it. Is this? You'd have to check the link. Let me see. That I put in there. Yes, that is the one, Patty. Do you have other information on there that I would need to know? Oh, thank you, Carrie. Appreciate that. The track pollinators. Oh, yeah, absolutely. In the description below in the video, I did put the link to where I got the benefits, and then another link. I believe I put the other link in there of. No, I didn't. So I will put this one in here too. I'll do that when I get to that point. All right. So you can put it in your bath. So you can either use like a full fresh sprigs of hyssop, or the dried stuff, or even a tincture or oil or something like that. Um, right. Anise I covered actually last summer. So, but yeah, this is the official hyssop. But thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. So you can put it in your bath to induce sweating. So I would imagine that would be like if you have a fever or infection in your system that's going out, that you want to start get your body sweating. So that'll help with that, actually. Um, hey, Christina, hello. There's a lot that you can use topically on your skin. It helps to fight infections for cuts and scrapes. It's a powerful antiseptic. So, like I said, if you're camping or hiking or something, and you either make a salve of it, or you have like a little container of hyssop oil or something, and you want to bring that with, just to have, I would imagine, for mosquito bites, different things. It also cures a mild frostbite. So if you are out in the winter and you're doing that, that would help with that. All that kind of stuff. So you can make it into a paste or use it as a liquid. um, yeah, bone set, that's not the one. Oh, you Googled the one I was making, bone set. Yeah, that's, there's comfrey is called bone knit. And so that helps with repairing bones and stuff like that too. So you'd think bone set and bone knit would be the same thing, but they're very, very different. So yeah, bone set. I did a whole night on that, so that was good. Yep, that's very true. That's very true, Patty. Absolutely. Latin names are very important. So you can, yeah, make it into a paste, or, an oil or something, a liquid, or even the tincture. It can help prevent, I know you guys are love this, it can help prevent reinfection of genital herpes if you're taking that. So just throwing that out there. That was one of the things we were talking about. It helps with eczema and psoriasis. Especially if you blend it with coconut oil. It makes it really soft for your skin and really helpful on that. It also helps fight parasites. They said it's particularly effective, which makes it, a very sustainable ancient herb, because, they didn't have the plumbing and health and cleanliness stuff that we have these days. So I would imagine parasites were something that they had to deal with, thousands of years ago in a very big way. And so they found that hyssop really took care of that. That's very possible, Julie. That's very possible. I guess you're growing soon. Yes. So yeah, make it into, yeah, you're going to have to learn about the salves, Dave. And, I did that one last year, but I will do a video soon on actually how to make a salve, because it really is so easy on there. Hey, Thrifty VG, hello. You're in Brooklyn. Woohoo. It helps to increase your blood flow, the circulation, especially for your heart, muscles, and arteries. It's an anti-rheumatic, which means it helps with gout and arthritis. Helps muscle pain and spasms. I mean, it just does so many things. If you use it as an ointment, as a muscle rub, it can actually remove excess salt from your bloodstream that causes the spasms. Again, Charlie horses and all the different things, especially athletes get a lot of spasms in that way. So they really focus on muscle rubs. So that's a good thing to incorporate in there. It helps to boost your immune system, and you can put it in tea or a cold diluted drink. Hyssop oil is also a stimulant that increases bile and acid production, and that's what helps with aiding in digestion. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Appreciate that. I know, I'm getting down to the end of, I think I have like 4 herb packets left, and of things that I plan on growing. And so we'll have to see what what I can come up with after that. You guys will have to give me ideas of what you want to see on the lives and what you want me to do. So you can, you know what? I bet you could. Yeah, if you're rubbing it like on your chest, I would think that would help. You know, your breathing and different things like that, because your skin absorbs all of that, and then it gets into your bloodstream, and so I would think that that would help a lot. It's a topical treatment for acne. So there's a lot of things it can do for your skin. For acne, it's an antioxidant, and they said it also helps to relieve anxiety. So it's you know what? I could certainly do some that I don't have. I mean, because there's Patty, there's at least hundreds of herbs out there, if not thousands, right? I mean, there's so many. I'd have to see what I can always go into trees. You know, it's like all the different things, like using the bark and the leaves and stuff like that that we have. So now the disclaimer with this is, if you're pregnant or nursing, do not use it. Always check with your doctor before starting anything. They also, in one paragraph, they were saying, use it as a tea, take it internally, and then the next paragraph was, they should not be taken internally. I'm like, okay, you know, what is it? But again, they said if you want to put just small amounts, like in a salad or something, you know, just if it's something you're going to try internally, just try small amounts at first, and just make sure that you can tolerate it, you're not allergic to it or something like that. So that is very true. Absolutely. Unanimate cough syrup. You collected the balsam resin. Nice. Oh, that's so great. Okay, so for growing this, now I will give you that link. This link I'm just posting here, that's for how to grow HYSSOP. So if you guys, you know, I don't expect you to remember everything that I talk about here, but so anyway, it says direct sow in early spring. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. You want to space it anywhere from 6 to 12 inches apart, because they do grow 1 to 2 feet. So you want to give it a little bit of space. It says if you're growing HYSSOP for use in the kitchen, it is best used fresh. Otherwise, you can dry it or freeze it or store for later use for the kitchen. When harvesting your HYSSOP plant, you cut it in the morning hours once any dew has dried. Hang the plants upside down, or you could use, you know, a dehydrator too. If you're going to freeze it, you put the leaves in a plastic bag after removing them from the stems and place them in the freezer until they're ready to use. So you don't want the flowers, just the leaves, and put it in the freezer. So when you grow HYSSOP as a garden plant, trim back the established plants heavily in the early spring and again after flowering to prevent them from becoming too spindly. Cutting back the foliage also encourages bushier plants. Growing HYSSOP as a garden plant is not only easy, but can also attract butterflies and hummingbirds to the garden. In addition, the leaves can be harvested for use in salads, soups, and other dishes. So there you go. Oh, Matt and Sarah know about the helicopter seeds. Oh, yep. Those are going to be, so lots of different uses for that. A syrup, you know, tea infusions, rubs, salves, all that kind of stuff. So that is true. That's very true, Dave. Absolutely. So there you go. That's all about HYSSOP. And like I said, I have my little seeds here. Let's see what they say. I think I got these at Mountain Rose Herbs. It's like they kind of contract to a different seed company, but they sell for them. It's called Strictly Medicinal from Williams, Oregon. You probably know where that is, Patty. So packed for 2021. Oops, there you go, 2021. Doesn't say a whole lot on here. These are open pollinated, untreated, GMO free, and public domain. It's a woody perennial. Okay, plant thrives in sunny, dry to mesic, well-drained soil. What is mesic? M-E-S-I-C, Patty. I have not come across that word before, so anybody knows what that means? Oh, that is interesting, Miss T. Well, there you go. There you go, Elf Lords. You've got all kinds of nuts falling down on your property. Oh, you haven't had rain for months. Oh, wow. So yeah, sow seed in pots or directly in the garden. Rough up the soil. Surface sow, tamp firmly. Keep evenly moist and in the light until germination, which takes 1 to 3 weeks. Thin or transplant to 2 feet apart. In the fall, prune back. Yep, kind of covered all of that. So anyway, these are my little thingies. So all right. So my garden tip for the night. You missed the spelling. M-E-S-I-C. Mesic. It says sunny, dry to mesic, well-drained soil. So I don't know if that's the type of soil it is, if that means that it's non-acidic, if it's acidic or whatever, I don't know. Dave, you probably have a bunch of those too. Hey, Jennifer, hello. Oh, that's so wonderful. Yay, we've got somebody who's doing that. It's soil that contains a moderate amount of moisture. Okay. Dry to moderate moisture. Okay. Well, that's good to know. So in other words, you don't want to soak it and you don't want to make it all soggy, right? All right. So my garden tip for tonight is as you clean up your yard from the winter or mow, or if you're like already into spring for 3 months already, but just remember to add your yard waste to your compost bin. Check your bins, see if they need any repair. Turn the compost, water it if necessary. Add more materials to it to balance everything out. You want a good balance between brown and green materials thrown in there. So brown materials are dead or dried leaves, cardboard, wood chips, shredded paper, anything really that's like dead stuff. Okay, so brown, dead stuff. Yeah, anybody in Dave's area, you can take it. Green material is like food scraps, garden waste, fresh manure, grass clippings, all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't started a compost of any sort or anything, just I encourage you to start one this year, even if it's just, just get a Rubbermaid bin or something like that and just start throwing stuff in there and just get things going. And you might want to put a cover on it if you're in a rainy area or something like that. So there you go. Ash, yes, ash is good in there. Coffee grounds, Whenever I make my kombucha, which I have to do tonight, but I have my tea bags. I open them up and then dump them, so I've got like all these tea leaves and stuff like that I can throw in there. And raked soiled brown hay today, throwing in the compost. Very good. Yes, hay, anything from, if you have animals, all of their hay and manure manure and different things like that's in there. Throw that in the compost and just get it going. And even if you can do 2 or 3 bins, so that there are different points in the process, all that kind of stuff like that. So that's true, Virginia. That's very true. So you'd have to make sure that you kind of know what's in that, so that if you have a plant that doesn't need ash or doesn't like it, then you make sure that compost doesn't get used there or something like that. But yeah, I mean, you can start have different bins for different types of plants. Like blueberries they like a high acid soil, so if you want that in there, but you don't want to put that on your tomatoes or your whatever. So that's kind of a neat idea, doing the different things like that. You have an old metal trough that was a worm bin. Worms died, chickens are laying eggs. Okay. Never get the layering, just dump stuff and add a bit of soil on top. Make sure it's not bone dry. The red worms from manure from neighbors' rabbits. You got 15. That's great. Yeah, so okay, thanks, Dave. Blueberries love wood chips. I think when I first was here 25 years ago, I think in the first year or two, I tried putting in some blueberry plants, but they didn't survive. I don't even think they made it past the first year. So obviously, I mean, I didn't know anything about soil then. I thought the ground was good enough. Put stuff in the ground, and there you go. I did not know it needed to be so babied. But Christina, yeah, that's tough. But yeah, if I had started about 4 or 5 years ago with one of those round ones that kind of sit on the ground and it's a tumbler type thing. And so I've got soil in there. I still haven't figured out quite how to get it out of there. That's the problem with that one. And then last year, that I built those couple out of the wood the wood thingies out there. Anyway, so I'm going to be actually beefing those up a little bit more. They're just kind of skeletons right now, so I'm going to be using the rest of the pallets and filling in the gaps and just making it stronger and better and a little more pleasing to the eye. So that's kind of one of my jobs out there, my tasks I need to do. So the oldest brought home a school project today to take soil samples. Oh, nice. Oh, that should be great. That's an interesting one. So, all right, guys, I'm going to have to run. So, but thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it. And it's been so fun. And we all learned about a whole nother great herb out there. HYSSOP. Dave, your list is growing for things that you keep sharing about that you're going to be growing. But that's great. That's fantastic. I'm really glad for you. And I have to take care of this other stuff. So anyway, guys, you have a great week. Thanks so much for coming. And please take care. God bless. Always have hope. And we'll see you next Monday. All right. Good night.